Once again, we are back on Boond Soch Tea Talk Train of Thought with a series of an interesting episodes with Mr. Baljeet Gujral. So thanks a lot again for making to this
Thank you.
episode.
Thank you.
It's a great, interesting story. Mr. Baljeet Gujral is a business coach, startup mentor, active speaker, and also an author. We have seen an interesting journey of his, like how an ordinary people can achieve an extraordinary feat in life. That's what we have seen a story of Baljeet Gujral. Now, in fact, apart from being a part of, he did his engineering in civil. Imagine in civil. He then went to Oxford, and from there he started his career in banking and finance, and he was there for 6 years and started his own venture, coming out from a comfort zone. Started his couple of venture, that's Enfield Riders and Bucket List, and then again Dil Mange More. At each and every phase he went to foreign value addition. Now as an author, let's catch up with Mr. Baljeet Gujral about his book Entrepreneurship Essential. Sir, now in fact, Boond Soch ki, as an writer, from where it started?
So it's very interesting. I actually loved writing short stories and essays since college time. And I always thought that someday I will write a book.
Okay.
Whether it's a fiction or a non-fiction, I always thought. But you know how we actually start fooling ourselves as we progress in life, saying that I don't have the time, I don't have the energy. It's probably an escape mechanism when we don't want to do things which we are thinking of, right? So you start giving yourself reasons. 2020, bang, COVID hits. We all are at home.
Correct.
And caged. And I always felt that I wanted to give back in terms of what I have actually gained through entrepreneurship. And that's when during the pandemic time I felt the only thing I can't complain now is that I don't have time. Because all I had was time, right? And I said, okay, let me go back, and it started with 2020 June, after 2 months in the lockdown, and this idea came of putting a book together. The first thing what I did was I spoke to 12-15 entrepreneurs that I knew from my Stanford network. That I didn't want the book to be about what Baljeet Gujral says or what my thoughts is, but a group of entrepreneurs coming and sharing their experiences, which could be beneficial for first time entrepreneurs.
I see.
And I've learned a lot at business schools, but when I jumped into entrepreneurship, I think what you see on the ground and what you learn at the business schools are two different things. Of course it helps you with knowing your Excels, knowing your financials, knowing marketing plans, sales funnels and everything. But what is essential as an entrepreneur, that you need certain parameters, it's not defined at business schools. And I said, this is an interesting subject that I would want to speak about, and that's how the concept of the book came into picture. And actually I was able to finish it in 3 months because I had only time on my hands. So every day, close to about, I think, 7 to 8 hours of writing every day, and I could put together some 10 concepts which are discussed in the book. And fortunately it got released as well. So
Great. I think many a times we find and crib like COVID-19 had killed all of us. But I'm sure if you are passionate, if you can see the opportunities under those tough time, I'm sure you can navigate in a much better way. How Mr. Baljeet Gujral did in his case, maybe COVID had hit every one of us badly, but in his case, he saw an opportunity. Whatever he has been practicing, I think he had put it in a book form and titled as an Entrepreneurship Essential. Sir, now in fact, how you got an idea of a subtitle what you don't teach in B school?
Yeah. So I think I met a lot of new startup founders. I met a lot of young blood, exceedingly intelligent, smart. The only thing is, what I felt was lacking in a lot of new startup founders was that they came with a lot of bookish knowledge straight out of B schools. A lot of them had no previous experience, had not worked anywhere. So straight out of B school, they want to start up with their venture, which is a great idea. I think India needs, and India thrives on young entrepreneurs. And I felt that, I wish somebody told them that it's not what you have just learnt at B school which will be helping you to, set up a venture or build a business. Of course, the basic foundations are important. But what are the other integral parts which you individually as an entrepreneur should have to actually build a business? And that's where the idea came from, that what they don't teach you at business school.
Oh, nice. So एक बार सोच के आपके वहाँ से शुरुआत हुई है. You have to have a practical approach towards whatever you are doing. Okay. I think also we have seen your journey of an Enfield riders and bucket list, where I think you have been covered as one of the most successful entrepreneur in India, and when you got featured on CNBC Young Turks and also on Bloomberg Rising Star. So what was your experience in sharing your successful story of an entrepreneurship with them?
I think whenever a spotlight is put on you, more responsibilities lie on your shoulders to actually take things to the next level. I've always believed that whenever you achieve goals, don't rest on your laurels. Pat your back and move ahead and set up another goal for yourself. So amazing. I mean, these platforms like CNBC Young Turks or Bloomberg Rising Stars are excellent platforms to put spotlights on young talent or to appreciate young entrepreneurs who are setting up great things in India. But I think that I always believe, don't take success too seriously. Because if you start taking it too seriously, you will never be prepared for failure. Correct. Take success, pat your back, and set up new goals for yourself and keep moving ahead. So I think glad and thankful for such platforms to giving me the honor and identification of a young promising entrepreneur. But that's only made me work harder and keep up my game.
I see. That's what this ttalk platform is all about, carrying an exclusive story of Mr. Baljeet Gujral, inspiration story which I'm sure is going to inspire million and million of an target audience who are listening to Mr. Baljeet Gujral about his inspirational journey both in corporate and into an academia, and his passion, and also being as an author. Always at each and every phase of his life, I think he has set goal for himself to go to the next level and not relying on the success to what he had. Always I think there to take up and fresh challenges. I think it's an excellent insights we are getting from him. So what drives you towards your goal every time you're having a new goal? So what is the main driver of you to go to the next level?
I think for me personally, setting up goals and achieving them is a part of process of actually evolving yourself as an individual. I think we as humans sometimes underestimate the potential that we have and underestimate the difficulties that we can actually get through and move to the next level. For me, goal setting and achieving them is only a measure of actually evaluating yourself, that are you evolving as a person or not. If you're not setting up goal, and if you're having a mundane life, and if you're actually happy with the usual, then probably we are failing as a race. I think as a human race, we should actually keep evolving, and that could only happen with goal setting and achieving them.
Oh, that's what we have seen. I think what Mr. Baljeet is sharing his thought process and his word of wisdom on ttalk Boond Soch is, I think, when he started with his passion of going on a bike for an adventure trip, that's what I think gave him a chance to explore many opportunities which do exist. And I'm sure it's being a practitioner, being an entrepreneur, running a couple of adventure, and all those experience with the help of his Stanford colleagues, he had put it in a book form in Entrepreneurship Essential. Now the 10 good content which are there, concepts which are in that book, we are going to catch up with Mr. Baljeet Gujral on our next ttalk ek Boond Soch ki. Till then, go to www.ttalk.net, subscribe and like the channel as much as you can. So thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.